When we consume sugar, do we have an inkling that we'll become diabetic? No, isn't it? Similarly, when we consume alcohol, we have the least clue that we can become an alcoholic, isn't it? Well, what happens is every time when a person consumes alcohol, there are certain alcohol receptors that are formed in the body. Research shows that the human body has a mechanism to remove these alcohol receptors. But in some unfortunate lot, this mechanism of receptor removal is either lethargic or it's very slow. So what happens is every time he or she picks up a drink and takes a sip, fresh and new alcohol receptors are formed, and the number of alcohol receptors go on increasing in the body, increasing the urge to take and drink more and more happens. With the result, he or she is not able to stay away or keep away from alcohol. Alcoholism is not a habit, it's a disease. Joining me today in Live Easy Talks is Mr. X, who's going to share with us his decade and a half stint with alcohol, how he suffered, what all he lost in the process. But then he approached the alcohol support group called Alcoholics Anonymous and held on to them and their principles and their methods. And today he's totally out of it and leads a beautiful and respectable life. Let's go across and meet Mr. X.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Mr. X, for having made it today. I think we've been planning this video conferencing or video interview, for a very long time, and finally, it's nice that we could make it today. So, welcome to Talk Live Easy, and
Yeah, hi.
let's straight dive into the topic today. How about it? So, are you
Yeah,
ready?
yeah, sure. Hi. Yeah, of course.
So, how did it all began? Like, you started drinking and you were an alcoholic long back. So, how did it all begin? And for how long were you into this? Like,
Well, like everybody else, I guess, school, friends, peer pressure, just for fun.
it all started
That's
with
how it.
fun.
Of course, it started with fun. That was the first time, with my school friends, college friends.
Hmm.
So just like that, I wasn't a regular drinker or anything of that sort.
How many years did you drink like that?
Well, that continued for a long time. I mean, parties and many years, like Uh, see,
So more
actually,
than
it
a
didn't
decade?
bother
More
me.
than a decade?
Yeah, I mean, maybe something like that. But you can't call it alcoholic drinking. It was just fun drinking.
It was fun
Yeah.
drinking. But when did you
So you're
realize that
drinking it, we have it, we are not having it, not an issue. Like some party, festival, marriage, like just have it. Okay, the next day you
so you were
forget
a
it, and then
casual?
you're
You
doing.
were saying, yeah, casual
Yeah,
drinking.
it's called social drinking, no?
Social drinking, yes, yes. So it all
Yeah.
began with that.
Yeah, it
And
begins
when,
with that for
yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
For every single person, that's how it begins.
okay.
And then how you cross that fine line,
Hmm.
that none of us have been ever able to figure out, when does that crossing over start. And slowly, instead of you drinking alcohol, it starts getting you. You start, alcohol starts drinking you, and you never realize how it happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then, well, then what? There's no,
There's no stopping.
there's nothing good about it. Yeah.
When did your parents
There's
discover
nothing.
that you're having this kind of, drinking? I will not call it habit, but then you got into alcohol, or alcohol has got into you, like. So when did they?
That they've
How did they?
realized. They realized much later, but they would see me with my friends and all. So he was
Oh,
having some, nice time. But then that real thing where you start hiding and you're afraid,
hmm,
basically because you know that you're not doing the right thing somewhere at the subconscious level, or you're afraid of your parents. Yeah.
hmm. That's right. That's right.
Then slowly they started getting to know, okay, there's something happening with this guy. But it didn't all come openly.
Hmm,
But when that drinking became, regular,
hmm,
you know, when it went round the clock,
hmm,
when would get drunk somewhere and strangers would drop you home, and they would
Oh,
keep waiting for hours together at night. You know, where is this guy? When will he come? Whether he'll
in
come
fact,
alive? Whether
I
somebody
was
will
going
bring
to
him?
I was going to come to the
Yeah,
next question that only, so you've had these episodes where you've, fallen after drinking, like, drunk and fallen, as they say,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
besides the canal or on the road, or you had such episodes, is it?
Well, I do have such experiences, like, see, everybody falls down after doing that. Somebody will fall on the street, somebody will fall on the floor of the five-star hotel, but everybody will fall.
Everybody.
So when they started seeing the strangers bringing me home, unknown people,
I'm sure it would have been very hard for your
things got
parents.
out of hand. They would wait.
How hard was
Of
it for
course,
your
now I'm the
parents
only
then?
son. It
Okay,
was very hard. I would
very
like
hard.
to, recall a moment when I was in my active alcoholism. And
Mm,
one day he was sitting across the dining table and
mm,
mom,
mm,
and they could see me, in a very bad state. I was tearing my clothes. I was, howling in pain. I was singing and dancing and
mm,
crying, all
mm,
those emotions at the same time. And
mm.
I saw tears in his eyes, and he said, I think I'll have to take you to the cremation ground, not you would take me, like, as it is
That would
supposed
have
to.
been very hard, right? It's very hard for
I mean, I can
anybody, any
understand
parent.
what was the pain here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you
But the
were
worst thing is,
like,
you don't, yeah, you don't want to do it. If you look at any creature created by God, any insect, you want to smash it. It runs away. But why does a person who is, like, logically thinking, he is intelligent, he is educated, he is smart, why doesn't he understand all these things?
hmm,
If science and technology has made progress, we've reached the moon and back, you know,
hmm, hmm.
psychology, medical sciences. But why does a person who sees that, he touches the hot stove and his hand gets burnt?
Knowing fully
Then
well, you mean to say why they're getting into the drinking habit.
I mean, he thinks, this time it won't hurt me.
I see.
Mm.
That's
Why does
harsh.
it happen?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. So, coming to the next question, which is, I'm sure, equally going to be hard. Uh, how has alcohol affected? I'm sure it's affected your life drastically. So, how exactly, if you can, verbatim tell us, how has it affected your life? And also, what all did you lose during that period?
Hmm. Well, above all, I lost my dignity. Yeah, I lost my self-esteem.
Hmm.
I lost. It isn't things that you lose in terms of, material things.
Hmm.
You lose a lot of things, man. You lose your soul. You get bankrupt. You get robbed. You get, stolen, man.
Hmm.
Actually, there are no words to say. If I just tell you what was my last, days, it was like I was less than 40 kgs in weight.
Oh
I
my
had a mad
God.
head.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I would cry and sing and laugh and bang my head against the wall, and people left me. Yeah, half the people I didn't want to see
Absolutely
because I was
bizarre, or you've
ashamed.
become like one bizarre person
Yeah,
walking around.
yeah, yeah. I mean, half the people I was afraid of. Somewhere I was ashamed. I couldn't, want to see people.
Mm.
I didn't want to see people. The rest of them. So all by myself. It was a dark room where I would drink 24 hours
Okay.
around the clock. And
Oh,
there was a zero bulb there. And whenever I would wake up, it would be morning for me.
so where was this? In your house?
And I would drink only when I was. Yeah, finally it was in my house. I'm so
Mm.
fortunate that my parents didn't throw me out. They didn't disown me. I'm so
Mm.
grateful to them. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it was my room base. And I wouldn't let anybody get inside the room.
So you're trying to tell that you began your day with drinking? Is that so?
Well, I didn't know. Last days, I never knew that it was a day or a night. What was the weekday? What was the
Mm.
day of the week or whatever. You know.
Mm.
So there was nothing. Loss of time. You are locked inside the bottle. Okay, and there is no hope of cutting loose.
And where did you get the money? Like, did you like? I've heard alcoholics steal money. They'll just steal whatever they can lay their hands on. So, any such thing?
Yeah, anything, yeah, beg, borrow. I remember stealing money from my dad's bag, you know. I did all kinds of things because it wasn't me who was doing it. You see, it was that power which was,
Yes, yes.
getting, me.
You lose your rationality. You lose your logic, right? You lose your.
Yeah, I mean, it's softly said, rationality and logic. It is just that your soul becomes completely bankrupt and you are like, servant to the
Yeah,
alcohol.
you're enslaved by alcohol. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Enslaved by alcohol. I see.
And everything, my career went for a toss. I was well educated. I got a scholarship from the government. I went abroad to study.
You're a qualified engineer. Am I right?
Yeah, I did my MTech.
You're MTech and from Russia. Is that so?
Well, a foreign country.
Okay, foreign country. All right. Okay.
And then, education went, family went, my girlfriend who was my wife later on, we got married. She couldn't
Okay, you
hold
got
any
married.
life.
So
Yeah,
even
she
after
was
marriage,
trying.
you continued. You were into alcohol. So this is like this deep down into alcohol was like before marriage, or even during the course of
No,
marriage you were into it.
not much. While we were married for 8, 10 years, I was just a casual drinker. But the
Okay.
way I would behave was, if you get deep into the solution, you will realize that, alcohol is just a, you know, problem which can be seen on the surface. There's something which is much more deep into it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so she went to her mother's house. She cried and one day couldn't hold on. She didn't run away to another man, but then she said,
Very
so my
patient.
family went, my career went, my health went, my dignity went, my finances,
Obviously,
my
health and
friends.
self-worth and dignity goes, everything goes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Understand? So,
So
you-
everything was gone.
you're absolutely bankrupt on a personal front.
Yeah, there was nothing to look forward to in life, nothing to be seen on the horizon. Looking back, there is only destruction. To your left and your right, everybody has left you and you're all by yourself. Then you look up towards God and say, you are the one who's planned it all.
The blame game that God starts. Is that so?
I mean, who else will you? Who will like, you are the guy, like, you did everything.
During your MTech days,
किस्मत
did that
खराब है,
happen? हाँ, तो
Come again?
जब आप पढ़ रहे थे, like when you were doing your BTech and MTech and all, so that time social drinking was on. You mean to say?
Yeah, that's a normal thing
It
where
can way back.
young students and all. It's normal. I mean, not every day, but during some occasions and evenings. So, round the clock drinking didn't happen the moment you started drinking it. No? Who wants to become an alcoholic? If you ask any kid, what will you be? I'll become a doctor, I'll become a scientist, I'll become a astronaut.
Obviously.
Nobody says I want to become, nor did I want to become one.
Nobody wants to
Then why
be
did it happen?
devastated in life, right? Nobody wants devastation in life. Everybody wants.
Then why did it happen? How did it happen? And what is it that, made you go this way? I mean, this sayings we say, like, the first drink does the damage. If you are hit by the first engine of the train, it is enough for you to die. After that, how many bogies go on top of you doesn't matter.
True. So, let me ask you that when was that D-Day, that dawn, that August dawn when you felt that you need to address this issue and you need to get out of alcoholism? When did that happen?
See, you reach a stage where, you're not living, you're not dying. You ask God for, take me, and, you try to die, then it doesn't work out. And then you realize that, if you keep drinking, alcohol will kill you. And if you don't drink, you will die. Because you get those withdrawal symptoms and that body is like, you're trembling like a leaf, you get DTs and all those things, froth coming out of your mouth, lying conscious and vomiting blood and all those things happen, So I don't know, maybe, it was not my decision. It somehow happened, and today I give that credit to God, because I went on my knees and I said, okay, boss, I can't, man. It is not happening, I need help. Yeah. So to whosoever it was, that was the thing which happened first, and then my dad saw some message with a telephone number of Alcoholics Anonymous,
Okay.
and then yeah, we reached a meeting, yeah, and that's the day where everything started changing. It was in '99. Today it is 2023. Yeah. So all these years I've been a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, and my life completely changed. I stopped drinking. I became a better human being. I started connecting myself with myself. I started being one with the present and the world around me and people around me. And slowly and gradually, after reaching there, I got to know that there are people who face similar problems and they've come out of it.
Okay.
And this started in 1935, and over 183 countries in the world today, almost 88 years, this organization is there, and there are over 3 million people who have recovered. And the first 100 people who got well, they decided, let us put it in a book, maybe somebody might be benefited. We found a way out, you see. And that book written was published first in 10th of April 1939. Since then it has got translated into around 75 languages all over the planet. In India we have the book in 14 languages translated into major Indian languages. So there is a solution, there is a recipe which is given that you live a way that you don't need to drink. You live in a way that you don't need to drink. Yeah.
So the organization is okay. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, it's a worldwide organization. They don't ask anything. I mean, your first name is enough. There are no fees, no dues. Nobody. If you have a desire to stop drinking, you're welcome. And there I found friends who were like, anytime, day or night, they were selfless. They didn't want anything from me. They said, if you want to get well, we'll share our experiences with you. And if you think it's something that will work for you, please join us. So I never looked back after that, man.
How bad was the delirium? Those withdrawal symptoms.
Oh, it was very bad. Yeah, I just mentioned, I was having those DTs. I mean, people die in DTs, the heart stops working. I was vomiting blood, there was froth coming out of my mouth, and yeah. I mean, physically, my soul and my body didn't part, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all those multiple rock bottoms I had.
Okay.
So the message to everybody who is listening is that you don't need to go on that road. You see, if you take a Rajdhani Express from New Delhi to Mumbai, it will reach Mumbai. You see, it won't take you anywhere else.
So after being taken care of by Alcoholic Anonymous, your life changed completely. Of course, it would have been a gradual process, but I'm sure you saw the sunshine, right? Finally.
Yeah. I mean, what I got to see is the problem. The problem is alcoholism. The solution to alcoholism is a change of heart or psychic change. You call it an emotional rearrangement or a spiritual awakening. That is the solution to alcoholism. People start getting people married off or giving them this, giving them that. That doesn't work. And the method to get this particular change in you is through the 12 steps. They lead you to a spiritual awakening or to a change of heart. A profound personality change is what is required here to overcome alcoholism. उससे कम में बात नहीं बनेगी. So they are embedded in that book, those 12 steps. I got myself a sponsor, somebody who has been walking on this road ahead. Sponsors got nothing to do with money here. It's about passing on the program of recovery to the one who wants it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I just followed directions. Yeah, and then I started sponsoring other people over a period of time.
Lovely, lovely. You
Started
give back.
helping others. Yeah, so I mean, there is something which you do not need today to be afraid to come out and speak about it. You have an issue, not a problem, okay? है problem, कोई बात नहीं यार. But staying and living in the problem is a sin, you see. When you know that there is a
Absolutely.
solution.
Yes, yes.
Today I know two things. One is where alcohol is sold, and where you can leave it. How you can leave it. I thought willpower would work. I tried a lot of willpower also. Many people tried. Yeah.
It didn't
But
work.
that doesn't work. That doesn't work. So with willpower you cannot get all these things, you see. Because see there's another aspect to it. So not everybody who takes tea with sugar is a diabetic.
Absolutely, absolutely. I understand.
So some people, I mean everybody drinks, the whole world drinks, and then after that they just put the cork and next day they are okay. Their life doesn't become so unmanageable the way mine became.
Perfect.
Because
Yes.
in 1935 William Silkworth, doctor, who told us that there is a thing called allergy in the body which does not oxidize alcohol in your system. That is the reason why some acetaldehydes are formed and you develop a phenomena of craving where you have to drink again and again and again and again and more and more and more. It doesn't happen with everybody. Yeah.
True.
So
Yes.
those who have this process, they land into big trouble.
Even
Unknowingly.
alcohol receptors, I believe.
Yeah, whatever way it is, called. But the point is right now that there is a solution. Anybody who has an issue today, Today I am 55. I mean, in May I'll be 55. I am almost a quarter decade sober. No, quarter century. I've been 23 years. Whatever. I haven't had a drop of alcohol, nor do I feel like, nor do I want to, There are times when you have to socially also be present around, but I don't feel the need of having it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And because of that, I don't lose friends. I don't lose my business associates.
This
I don't lose anybody.
great.
So it isn't that if you have a glass in hand and you're talking to somebody, then only you can have a relationship. Be it for work or be it for anything else. So I've been sober for so many years and everything is okay. Things are falling in place. Life has taken a 360 degree. The man who had stopped laughing. Laughter was the most painful sound that I could ever, listen to.
Okay.
But my life has changed that, I'm happy, I'm contented, I'm peaceful. I try to give whatever I can. Because earlier in my life I was trying to take and I could accumulate nothing. And the moment I started giving what I had, God started helping me. There's some power in this universe who runs this entire show.
Absolutely.
Everything starts from there and ends there, you see. So that's how it is. Life changed. So anybody who has an issue, you don't need to sit and suffer. There are over 3 million people all around the planet who are there to help you day in and day out for free.
Sure. There is this rare quote called Alcoholic Anonymous, and I'll be putting this the number of Alcoholic Anonymous, also the Kochi number in the description below this video.
Yeah, there are helplines all over the world. And there's another website, aa.org.
AA.
This you can find.
Put it in the description. Yes.
Yeah, and there is one for India. It is aagsoindia.org.
Okay. agsoindia.org.
AAGSO, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you can get meetings all over the country.
All right.
Helpline is working. People will be there to help. I mean, for free. Nobody takes any money or anything from you.
That's a humane initiative.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be the costliest club in the world. To get membership, you paid your fees earlier, no? You paid it in terms of tears and pain and a rotten soul. You already paid.
Lot of it has been at stake. And you dropped a lot, and then finally, see the dawn.
So that's why, all these material things don't matter as compared to what you actually lose because of this issue.
So coming to another point here is suppose you were to go back in timeline, and if you meet your self in your 20s and 30s, what is that one piece of advice or guidance that you would like to give yourself? How would you counsel yourself?
Well, one thing is like, don't play with fire. Sooner or later it will get you. It's just a matter of time. Somebody like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20, 25 years. Yeah. And what is much more important, it is that the awareness should be there in our society. If this is a problem, there is a solution. This is the solution. Lack of awareness maybe, if somebody would have told me earlier, look, this is how it works, this is how it, catches you, and this is how it will proceed, this is how you, where you will land up, and if this is what it is, then this is the solution, these things should have been there, if I look at myself when I was 20 and, I had high hopes in life and everything, but then a lot of my years of the prime age of my life, 20 to 30, went down the drain, 32, 33 tak.
Precious lives of the year. Precious youth.
Yeah, I mean, if had somebody known about these things, that there is Alcoholics Anonymous, if you have an issue, there is something that can be done. Somewhere in the family, everybody tried counseling, everybody tried giving me gyan, but nothing worked. How to do it, that nobody could. I also understand. I am not stupid, no.
Obviously.
I mean, God has given brains to everybody. थोड़ा थोड़ा तो दिया है इनसे.
और कोई जान के लिए नहीं रहना चाहता इस स्पेस में.
Who wants to kill himself? Nobody, no. That's what I said in the beginning. अगर कीड़े को भी you start, you want to stamp on an ant, it also starts running इधर उधर ना. Nobody wants to die. God has given instincts for everybody for survival.
So, what is your take on casual and social drinking? Should this Gen Z we see, the Gen Z is much into it, girls and boys, all of them.
Well, if you look at what it is today, it is something which joins people, no? But then you can do it without that also.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't drink, but I have a lot of friends all over the planet. A lot of great friends, not only who are from Alcoholics Anonymous, otherwise also from this world. And everywhere.
So it's not alcohol which binds friendship, right? Friendship
no, not at all.
and socializing can be otherwise also without it as well. Of course, it can.
A friend is somebody who is there always, whether you drink with them or you don't care. And actually it took a test now who are your actual friends. Those who stood by you or who didn't stand by you. You got to see things clearly. Na? In one way, alcohol is also a blessing. No? When you woke up, you drank so much that you came to your senses.
Yes. You fall on your face and then you wake up.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to say as a concluding note?
Well, thanks, thank you very much. I hope this message reaches out to many parents, many brothers and sisters, many relatives or friends or neighbors or people from the society, the doctors, the professionals, the lawyers, the psychologists, psychiatrists, everybody. If they have a message, okay, this can be done, because people try to make money on this also, na? I went to many doctors, many of them didn't know what it is. I used to have, so many tablets a day, 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, 4 in the evening, 4 at night. I mean, so many tablets you drink for, lack of awareness is what is making people suffer.
Absolutely.
And those who are ashamed to come out. Anyway, people know, na? Anyways, people know what is happening. You don't have to tell them.
Sure.
Because gossip, it goes like wildfire. Everybody knows who is doing what in this world.
Oh, yes.
So it's better that, for my sake I come out and do it, not for everybody who will say what or that.
Absolutely.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mala. Thank you very much for this opportunity and this
I should
conversation.
thank you, X,
May
for
God bless
having
you and
come
your
out.
family.
Thank you so very much. And I should thank you, X, for having come out and spoken so candidly about even the pain points, that you have experienced in your life. It's not easy recalling them. And but yes, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry for having triggered them. But then if you could be an example there, speaking on behalf of so many people who are suffering and who are in the space, then what better? So this is a
Yeah,
huge
yeah. I
social
mean,
service.
thank you so much. It's nothing like you triggered anything. I mean, painful past can bring light into somebody's life.
Oh yes.
That's a big thing.
Thank you so very much, and God
Thank
bless
you.
for
Thank you very
beautiful
much.
life ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Same to you.
Bye bye.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Alcoholics Anonymous is an international peer-led, mutual-aided fellowship program. What they do is, their therapy is based on abstinence from alcohol totally, and gradually one gets cured from alcoholism. The human personality is made up of two components, source traits and surface traits. It's very easy to bring about changes in the surface traits, but source traits, it is very difficult, but not impossible. Alcoholic Anonymous works at both the levels. But as Mr. X rightly said, that the alcoholist, that is the person who's consuming alcohol, should be ready enough to undergo a 360-degree change in one's personality, which means be ready to change his source traits as well. Nothing is impossible, and it all starts with us. We are sharing the numbers of Alcoholics Anonymous and the links in the description box. If you feel you need help, or if you feel that somebody in your circle needs help, kindly get in touch with the coordinates that are shared. Let me take a moment to request you all to please like, subscribe and share my channels. The videos which are being showcased here are all for social cause. That is the reason why I request you all to share as much as possible so that it can reach many. We have a couple of people behind making this video. Someday, inshallah, I'll introduce you all to them. Until then, stay tuned, take good care of yourselves, and Shabba Khair.